I'm live? Maybe? No, I'm not so sure. Well, if I am, hello. Let me figure out what I'm doing because I am a noob to this whole streaming. Oh, there I am. Hi, I'm down here now. Hello. Um, so, all that out of the way and me being as weird as I am, welcome to the channel. I'm Chris. And this is Zervis Gaming. Um, Quick intro about myself. I've been a tech enthusiast for pretty much my whole life. And the point of today's foray into the gaming world is to show you that you can game on a Mac. Um, Although the game I'm playing is from 2010, but it was my favorite game for a very long time. It's called City Heroes. The studio stopped developing for it because of lawsuits, because people were making licensed superheroes, and the people who owned those licenses didn't like that very much. So they decided we're done. They put our hands up and walked away from it, but had a very loyal fan base, and apparently enough of them were tech savvy to rise it from the ashes. And it's back, and I have been playing it off and on ever since. And I just kind of want to show you guys the game and maybe get a little feel for who I am and what I do. And see, now I don't know if my face is covered. And oh, I am live. Haha, it's working. This pleases me. Um, Sorry, I'm just pulling it up on my phone, which is down here, um, so I can get an idea of what you guys see, which is apparently just this little spot in the top left. That's weird. Um, Very weird. Well, I'm gonna keep talking at least. Anyway, the game is basically you're a superhero and you need to fight the bad guys, and all that stuff. I guess this isn't quite caught up to what I'm doing because the color hasn't changed. Um, wow, I'm saying a lot. Okay, so so it is catching up. All right, there it is. Um, this way I can at least see chat at the same time if anyone has anything they'd like to say in the live chat. Not that there's anybody here because there are currently 0 viewers, but I should be able to see all your talky talks, and I'll try to talky talk back. Also waiting for Twitch to get back to me for my account to be unlocked because I have seen streams done on there, and it seems to be a bit more interactive than what YouTube gives you. So, um, okay, it's bothering me that that is not showing the entire gameplay or my face. So, give me just a moment to. Oh, there it goes. Cool. Um, Hey, somebody's watching. That might be me. Anyway, so this is City Heroes, and like I said, this came out back in like 2010. I used to play it all the time with my other geeky friends at Comp USA. So that should give you a bit of pretty much everything you know to know about me. So when you first start, you pick your archetype, which is the kind of superhero you are. Whether you get your powers through magic or science, or you're a mutant, or you're technologically augmented, or something to that effect. Um, I usually like technology because that's my bag, baby. This is where you pick kind of your gameplay style, so to speak. If you've ever played an RPG before, you have your tank, which is the guy who takes all the hits and keeps on coming, and you got your kind of the guy who does a good amount of damage, but isn't quite as can't take the hits quite as much as your tank. Um, your ranged person, who's one of the quote unquote squishies. They typically can't take the hits very well, but they do pack a good punch from a distance. Um, and then you've got things like crowd control, which they usually send out areas that do either damage or some other negative effect to the opponents. Support, usually healing, or gives your team better defenses. And pets is a new one. I haven't seen this one. But basically, you do your attacks through your pet mostly. Um, but as I don't have anyone on that I'm playing with, I'm going to go with the tank just because like I said, they take the hits and keep on coming. Oh, this is new. Previously, you couldn't unlock these two types unless you had reached level 50 with one of your characters. So I'm going to give one of these a try, and we can all see what I do with that. Luminous Blast. This is where you'll pick your power sets. Um, Glinting Eye. Incandescence. Oh, cool. I'm going to go with oh, this is another thing. This game is super customizable for your characters. Um, but as I'm a tank, I'm going to go a big beefy guy. And oh, that feels a little too much like Iron Man for my liking. Ooh, I like that. Um, if you ever played The Sims and spent 20 hours customizing what your sim looks like, you could spend just as much time on this. Um, but I won't get that into it, especially since I don't know if it's showing up on the stream right now. But I'll go with like a purple color. I kind of like that. No, I'll go with that. This would be Zervis. Oh, cool. It already linked to my colors. Nice. Next. I am a technology peace bringer. Do all the things! And since no one's actually watching at the moment, this will end up being a recording that I post later with maybe some edits, because I'm sure this will be a train wreck. Alright. Oh, it didn't ask me if I wanted to do the tutorial. I usually do the tutorial because that starts you off on an extra level. Welcome to Atlas Park. If you want to work with the Federal Bureau of Superpowered Affairs, contact Matthew Habishi. If you prefer to work with this hero liaison of your origin, look for them inside City Hall. Alright, well, let's see what this guy has. He seems to have something for me. Oh my goodness. What's up, Sunstorm? You got any missions for me? What? Sure. Stop the Fossilok Council meeting. Alright, let's go beat up some bad guys. Ooh, I can fly already. You used to not be able to get travel powers until you were level 16. But I like flying. So as a heads up, the bad guys here are pretty much zombies. Oh, and just so you know, anyone who says that you can't game on a Mac is wrong. I'm on a M1 MacBook Air currently, and it's working just fine for me. I should put some powers down here so I can actually do something when I come across somebody. Taser dart and brawl. And prestige power slide. Ah, missed this guy walking in. You get these little things called inspirations in the bottom right here, which are like little power-ups that you can use. And they're usually helpful because they give you things like extra life and endurance. Oops. I'm telling you, I'm digging this Peacebringer character. It's kind of the best of both worlds between a blaster and a tank. When I played back in the day, I was a blaster. I had gotten pretty good, but well, then they shut the game down and woohoo, level up, yay! Sewers get kind of tricky because everything starts looking the same after a while. Some caves that are like that too. It's like, oh, did I go this way? Mini maps help. Oh, and there's just a bit of advice for your tech life. When you're setting up multi-factor authentication, make sure you use something like the Google Authenticator app or something similar and not a phone number, because when you use a phone number and say you change your phone number, you get locked out of your account because you can't get your MFA to work. Completely unrelated to the gameplay or anything, but that was just a piece of advice I thought I'd share with the world, because that is why I am streaming on the YouTubes and not Twitch, where most of the gaming people seem to be these days. So as I wait for that, I figured I would come over here, do a stream, and make sure that I could do that. What I can't seem to do is have two thoughts at the same time. Well, I'll rephrase that. I've got ADHD. I can absolutely do two thoughts at the same time. I cannot necessarily express those two thoughts. I think I'm going to get a companion blog going for this as well. Once I get a site set up, just so I have some place to info dump later, some place for you guys to possibly engage me while I am not streaming, because I don't plan on being on stream 24/7, but you know. Mission complete. I should just clear out this room, because experience is experience. If the missions are like this, are typically, take out all the bad guys. Interesting that this one wasn't. Well, I should have hit mission exit when I could have. Oh well. Alright, well, it's a short stream for tonight. if it worked at all, anyway. Um, I didn't hit the record button. Bummer. All right, well, if you were here, thanks for stopping by, and hit the like button if you liked it, and think about subscribing so you can see more of this random middle-aged man's rantings while he plays video games.